In order to explore McGraw-Hill Social Studies, you can visit the website www.connected.mcgraw-hill.com. And you would enter the username and password that your sales rep gave you. Click to log into the demo account. Once inside, you'll find the student and teacher edition for each of the 612 titles. And I would suggest starting with the student edition. Just click on the image of the title you wish to explore, and you'll get a look at what the student sees within the program. So the first quadrant here will take you right into the content. Students' assignments would be posted here to the right, messages below, and the carousel at the bottom is a shortcut to all of the program resources that you can click on to explore right from this home page. Now the same resources are also going to be housed here in the Resources tab, so you definitely want to click on the Resources tab and really just explore all of the various types of resources. You can just click on any of the specific resources to open and get a better look at those. I'm going to go back to the home page by clicking that home button at the top, and I'm going to go right into the content. So what you'll see with any chapter that you choose, and you can actually navigate up here on the left and select any chapter that you'd like to take a look at, and you'll notice that once inside the chapter, all of these tabs across the top will be the same. Chapter opener, you can click on the headphones to hear the audio and more information to get some additional text here. The place and time will always be an interactive map. You can go ahead and click on the interactive map and spend some time playing around with some of the layers, moving and dragging the scale. It's also an option. There's pen tools. You can zoom in and zoom out, and oftentimes you'll see a play button at the bottom with audio or a narration to explore. So go ahead and be sure to click on an interactive map. All the maps in the program will have that interactivity, and then the timeline that you can also click for interactivity. Then you'll just move along to any lesson that you would like to explore. And once within the content here, you'll see these resources at point of use from that big library of resources. Now the ones that are pertinent to the lesson that you're exploring will be here. You can click on any of those videos to play and so forth. You'll notice within the text you can click on vocabulary to get point of use definitions. You can see those called out along with by clicking this vocabulary button, and then reading strategies will take you to a graphic organizer that you can open for any lesson that you're viewing. There's also an interactive tool for highlighting that you can test out and think about how you might use that for your students. You can just really follow along, turning the pages at the bottom, and check out the interactive student response segments by just typing in an answer, and then you can click Save just as a student would. You can check out the assessments by clicking all the way to the review, and also noticing the activities and assessments. You can take a look for the chapter in the very last tab. One other tool, you can kind of skim these resources as well, assignments and projects. I do want to point out the BTW tab at the top. This would be the By the Way current events blog, so you can spend some time exploring that just to see that nice vetted educational current events blog. And then lastly, the My Notes tool within the student section. This is going to give students, you have to be in a particular lesson for any chapter. Click on the guided notes and you will see those guided notes for students that they can use and populate while they are reading and interacting with the text. They can save, close, or print that. So definitely want to check that out. So at this point, I'm going to click up top the Connect Ed tab or button to go back to my Teacher Edition and click on the image of the Teacher Edition to explore that. Now once within the Teacher Edition, you'll see similar resources. Again, that Resource tab. Go ahead and click because you'll see some additional professional development resources in there for you now that we're in the teacher site. You'll also want to check out the lesson plans. And you can go ahead, I would suggest starting with the chapter resources at a glance. This will show you all of the chapter level resources for a given chapter. with a description or a list. You can see those for all of your lessons as well. And then I would suggest moving into a particular lesson of the McGraw-Hill Recommended, and you'll be able to see the Understanding by Design lesson plan that's available. These are all editable, of course, but with point of use resources. And you can click to start the presentation to view what would be available for this particular lesson. And you'll see that for any lesson that you choose. They are interactive, so be sure to click on some of those. These are all editable as well. The last thing I'll point out is the My Files tab, and this is where you as a teacher can upload your own documents and files to then assign them to students or add to a presentation. And I think with those options, the Assess tab, the McGraw-Hill e-assessment would house all of your tests and quizzes, and that will be demoed in a separate link or video. So thank you. Enjoy your exploration of McGraw-Hill Social Studies.